Hey everyone, so I'm just in from work, a little bit tired, but I've had a chance to revisit the dev stream. Now it seemed to go down pretty well last week when I did a recap of the dev stream and what to expect. Now for those of you that don't want to listen to this video, feel free to pause the video right now. What you can see on screen in this text is everything that I've covered off from the dev stream, so you won't be missing anything there. Now for those of you that are interested, I'm just going to go through these points one at a time and give a quick rundown. So the first bit of key information is the increase of pets from 4 to 5. This for me is something that I've wanted for quite a while because as my gear's improved, I'm massively outgrinding my pets. It might seem like an additional pet won't do a huge amount, how I can assure you that at tier 4, having 5 pets instead of 4 massively increases your income per hour. This is huge. Having 5 pets allows me to seamlessly move from pack to pack without having to wait for my pets to catch up and grab all different items. This is going to mean that I'm not leaving items behind. It's going to increase my trash drop rate, which is huge for your average silver per hour. And the chances of me missing a drop when I'm out at Bazzies or anything like that is going to be minimized. So having those pets is going to be huge. Now to coincide with this, and I don't think it's coincidental in the slightest, but it might be, they're increasing the sale value of pearl items on the marketplace by 50%. This is pretty significant. Now, either you hate pay to win or you love pay to win, but ultimately nothing's going to change. This is the business model they've gone with, and for some of the free-to-play players, this is going to be quite a huge boom. This is going to mean that people are more inclined to spend money on the game, on pearls, to make in-game silver. So yes, it's going to allow people to make more silver by selling things. But what this also means is there's going to be a lot more of the pearl shop items available on the marketplace. That means we're going to have more combat books, we're going to have more of the Camasylvia buffs, we're going to have more pets, which coincides with the 5th pet. This could be a huge boom for the free-to-play player that hasn't been able to snipe those pets before. What I would say though is because of the increase to this price, I would cancel your pre-orders just before the server maintenance and get ready as soon as you log back in to pop those back up at max. The prices aren't going to update until then, and it may take a little bit of time for them to creep up once the servers have gone live. But that's something worth looking at. And for those of you that are looking at selling things on the marketplace in terms of buying things from the Pearl Shop, costumes are going to reign supreme, especially those costumes with awakening weapons. They're currently selling at, I think it was around 37 million or something similar to that. So add the 50% to that, they're now definitely worth selling. Pets are going to be the more obtainable thing and they're going to sell a lot quicker, but I would imagine that costumes are still going to sell for a huge amount. It's worth noting as well that even with the 50% increase, depending on the costumes you buy, buying costumes for Cronstones is still going to be valuable if you're using it for enhancing your gear. One thing I would say though when it comes to Cronstones is don't use them as a crutch. People get very reliant on these things and it turns into a lot of money being thrown at the game or a lot of time spent trying to snipe costumes. Now if you're sniping them off the marketplace, fair enough, by all means do that. It's essentially you're just trading your in-game silver for your Cronstones. However, if you are throwing money at the game for costumes to use them for Cronstones, you might want to rethink whether you're better off using your time to actually grind the silver and just do the attempts normally. That's the end of my dad's speech. I'm not going to go on at people for throwing their money at a game. If you want to throw your money at it, by all means do so. I've done it a lot, so I'm not going to be one to comment too much on that. Now, another thing they've pointed out is they've addressed the lag that we've got on servers. Now, this is consistent. This is an absolute nightmare, and it rears its ugly head in PvP a lot more than I'd like it to. These are those hard freezes and moments of stuttering and lag that we're getting in game. Now unfortunately there is no quick fix for this. They've mentioned that it is something they've raised with the technical team and it is going to take time to fix. I'm not going to get on their case about this because ultimately if this is going to be a fix that takes time, I'm hoping that that time is spent with a genuine long-term fix to all of the instability issues. Providing they come back with a reasonable time frame and they're able to provide a genuine fix that's going to improve the PvP and just improve the whole gameplay experience, I for one am all for them taking the time to do so. Another little thing that they mentioned that isn't really that big of a deal for people who've already bought the game, but if you haven't and you were thinking of grabbing the Ultimate Bundle, wait until after the patch when they update the costumes. They are going to add class-specific costumes rather than just a flat specific, like the Karlstein was pretty much for all of the classes currently. Instead, they're adding a class-specific, so for Striker, for example, you're getting a Weedan costume. And this is going to allow them to better add in new classes with a costume in the default Ultimate bundle, rather than messing around with the bundles too much. Ultimately though, if you have already bought it, depending on if you've unlocked the base chest, which most people will have already, or not. If you haven't, then congratulations, you'll get the opportunity for the new costume. If you have, you're pretty much out of luck. You're going to be stuck with that Karlstein, which personally I don't think is a great costume, but each their own. Now, onto the main focus of this patch, the class, the Shai class. So make sure if you haven't already, you've got 24 hours or a little bit over 24 hours to delete one of your alts, buy a coupon for expanding your character slots and creating a Shai. Even if you have no intention of playing this class ever, you're going to get 100 million silver for free, 8 inventory slots, 50 LT in weight, and some other bonuses. It's just free stuff for creating a character that you may or may not play. If you do want to enter that the character creation contest as well, you've got up until the patch goes live to create your character. Go onto Twitter, onto forums, and throw up your character screenshot. Chance for a $30 card, so it can't be all bad, can it? Now, they did want to really drive home the fact that Shai has not delayed other classes or other content. This is something that I've seen a lot of people saying. There have been a lot of comments where people are like, why are they adding a new class when they could be developing the other classes, or why haven't they added Ninja instead of Shai? This is ridiculous, what a useless class. Now, the point here is they were given the chance to add a class essentially for free. So I'm all for them adding new content for free. I'm not a big fan of the Shai class. I probably won't bother touching it that much other than to make a little bit of content on it. But ultimately, look past the class being added and the fact that Shai was developed for PC at the same time as console. This essentially means that they developed the whole Shai concept with all platforms in mind. This is a fantastic step forwards. It shows us that PA are true to their word, that they are developing the game to have a unified patch. That means that once Xbox catches up, once PS4 releases and catches up, we will be getting universal patches all at the same time. Granted, there'll still be a slight delay more than likely from Korea to the Western countries where they look to translate. However, that delay is massively shortened to where it used to be on PC. So take this as it is. It's a fantastic step in the right direction. Now, a couple of other things to touch on very quickly before we end this video. They have said that the Camasilve update has been bumped to the middle of July rather than the start of July. This was to be expected. It's something they've been working on and they do need to redo some of the work. But thankfully, they have still said it's coming in mid-July, which means that this roadmap is on track to finish July. That's exactly what we're expected. And to be fair, they've done a pretty good job. They've managed to get out everything they promised up until this point. And providing Camasilve comes by then, they've done a very, very good job of getting this roadmap sorted. And that gives some confidence for the new roadmap. Now, Shai already said that this new roadmap should be coming very shortly after Camasilve goes live. I'm interested to see what's in this roadmap. Coupled with the PS4 release, everything should be looking at a new roadmap for Xbox, the PS4 release pretty much at the same time, and the game really is moving forwards for console. Now, some disappointing news though is that Dandy will not be coming. Dandy weapons are not coming until the next roadmap. This is something that Shai let slip and then tried to cover up very quickly with Trent changing topic on stream. Dandy isn't going to be coming until the next roadmap, so if you haven't already, get that Blue Awaken weapon leveled. There really is no point in holding off on this. The two last things, Ferries, we've still not heard about Ferries for a while. They're still under development. It's not something we're expecting on the console anytime soon. It'll be good when they come, but personally, they're not something I'm hugely happy about. I'm not a big fan of Ferries, but the auto-pop function, it's a convenience thing, and it will be added eventually, so the longer this is delayed, the better in my eyes. Unfortunately, another thing that is delayed is the Villa UI. So the Villa buffs aren't coming because the UI needs a complete overhaul for console and they don't have a date as of this, or date yet for this. So the Villa buffs will be coming once the UI is recreated. Again, I would expect to see that in the new roadmap along with Dandy following the Camasilve update. So I know there was a lot of things to digest there, guys. Hopefully you have managed to watch this all the way through and you have enjoyed the fact that I'm updating you as what's to come before patch day, so you have a good idea of what to expect. As always, if you are new to the channel and you like this content, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are thinking of ordering anything from Amazon in the future, please click one of the links in any of my videos descriptions. Providing you order within 24 hours after clicking on that link, it hugely helps me out and keeps me developing content. The more support I get from the community, the more I'm able to develop this. I would love to do this as a full-time job. Unfortunately, time is not on my side. I need to really start making my content grow and improving things where I can. So please leave any feedback in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.